Okay, so this is part two. Finally got it to image. So we're using the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD, 1 TB. We have it connected through USB, not Type C. For some reason, it won't work with Type C. Now, we hit Command R, got into the utility. You have to hold on to it until the utility appears. Once the utility appears, you have to, if you have to change the format. It was an exFAT, right? exFAT. You want to take that out and put it into the journal. So you erase it, you change it, then you come back into here and you select. You exit out of utility and you go back into the installer, install the Mac OS, a fresh copy. Forget the cloning, backup, or whatever it is, you have to put, this is the only way to do it. Let's say it take an hour and 34 minutes. I'm actually using the cable that came with, not with the box, but I'm actually using the cable that I got with my camera. It's a thicker, so it's Type C to Type 3 USB. You have to have a wired keyboard and a wired mouse to operate the interface in here, as you can see in the picture. It's almost finished though. We know the drives can be cloned, but it won't boot. We know the drive is bootable. Older drives will not work. And a lot of SSDs do not work either. Now I don't want to mention names that might work, but they claimed it worked. So. And a lot of people had a lot of problems with this, with Extreme Portable SSD. I mean, the 2 TB and the 4 TB. I can't comment on those. But, and then you have Pro. But, yeah. Other than that, once the computer boots up in the iMac, once it boots up, it's pretty quick. This is an i5 quad core, 3 gigahertz. This has 4K Retina. It has 16 gig of RAM and the 1 TB Fusion drive. But you know, that drive is kind of slowed down because remember, after so many years, the main hard drive will degrade. It depends how this was used. Sure, I could have got the 27-inch. And the 27-inch will allow you, well, in certain models, you can put more RAM in there. These are supposed to be rated at 128, but that's what I got from the Apple site. I guess it depends. So this model, the 16 gig, there's a 3.4, 32 gig you can put there. Now, you have a lot of open patcher launcher to, just like in Windows 11, you can put, like Windows 11, you can mount Windows 11 and unsupported hardware. Okay, and I guess there's a couple of let's call them developers did the same thing with the Mac OS. So give users opportunity to use the current version of Mac OS. This has been short, and I know there's 2 others just came out or been out for a while. But I will wait until the bugs are out, and I will test. If this works, this would be great. And then I'll have an extremely fast drive, 1 TB. I know I could have got 2 TB, but a lot of you have problem with 2 TB. Now I did buy this from yesterday. Now I could use this But I don't know. This is made by SanDisk. This is another SanDisk. Let's see. Where's this? What is this made? Manufactured. It comes from Taiwan or Japan. Let's see where it's coming from. Malaysia. This one is a product of Taiwan. Doesn't really matter right now because a lot of stuff, even the camera, is made in Thailand. But listen, it depends who's doing the work, who's putting these together, these devices. Because they should, when they were made in Japan, they last a long time. You should back up your drive that's in there, the internal drive. You should back it up. You should get what is that? 1 terabyte. Get a terabyte. Back it up. Make sure it's WD so you can use the software that's included. Well, you have to get the software off WD's site since SanDisk is now part of them, and back it up. Put it someplace, or back up this one as well. You should be able to clone. Say you have that on the terabyte there. You can, if the 2 terabyte is not buggy, you can clone both of them and go, and put it on the 2 terabyte and use 2 terabyte. Well, that's how you would do it, basically, just like you would do, like we used to do with Norton Ghost, which become now Cronus. So Cronus is owned by WD. I have the WD blue drive and I have the purple drive, which is 4 terabytes. But now I thought about using that here, but you can't boot it. You know, it's like a GPT. It's just for storage. It's not a MBR, master boot record. It's not that. But then this is Mac OS, so it's a little different. So I'm using this keyboard. This. So as I showed, I'm using this new trend. So this is a Bluetooth keyboard. It has an adapter to plug it in to charge it. It's best to keep it off. It's already synced and locked. It has an extender. You can go like this. You can use it flat. It was designed for the iPad. It comes with a dock for the iPad, so you go like this. Use it like so, like that, but that's optional. And then I had got this, a Logitech, which I should really turn off. I'm not using it. I gotta remember to turn back on. That's trackball. Then we have an iPad. It works still. It updates. Oops. It wants to go to sleep. Yeah, this keeps updating. This is up to 16. I'm not complaining. It's better. But, you know, this has everything I have for my music production. And I hook it up to my mixer over there. And I have Bluetooth hooked up. It's a separate device, which you can put in your vehicle, by the way. But for Bluetooth. If you don't have Bluetooth in your vehicle, I can show you how that's done. I've been working on several projects here already. Oops, don't want to show that. It's almost finished. It says it's taken 1 hour and 29 minutes. We'll see what happens when it gets to the other side. But, yeah. If you have any questions, I mean, these are very cheap now. You can get these dirt cheap. This was online, and it said it was a 2.3 dual core. It had 16 gig of RAM, but it was a 1080p. I think it was who wrote that miswrote it. This is the way it came out the box. and it came with the keyboard and the mouse, wired. I got this because I need to do music production, and I can't do everything on here. I have Krog on here. I can't get Krog on here because you have to pay extra for the Krog. They want $300. I ain't not paying that. It's not going to happen. It's a shame. Because I had the gadget. I had pretty much everything with the gadget. Well, you would get the gadget. It's called the Gadget DAW. It comes with 40 of the plugins, which are like boxes, you know, like synthesizer, drum beat, you know, all that. And I mean, I can have access to that on there. But, you know, the screen is small. I can only access so many things. So I'll have another video on that if I decide to do it. Other than that, trying to get this little project going. Tried everything. But if you have one of these and you want to get one of these, you either get this online if you can find this online. Otherwise, Walmart has them. They have them hidden. Not cheap. I guess inside this would be one of those what's those NVMCEs? One of those look like that's what it looks like is in there, or a smaller one. Let me show you something. I also had, since we're on this subject, so we got one of the Dells. Okay, and the Dell came with a WD NVMe, one of the smaller ones. Let's see, how did I open up this? Is it this way? So it's finished. Oh, it's this way. Okay. So here we have, if you can see, we have a smaller one. I forget the number. This is a 22, I think 0304. It's like you can get a full size and you put this. All you have to do is push this in here, and this keeps it down. And you plug this into either a Type 3 or a Type C. See, you just plug it in like so. Now the reason why I have this is to take data off, but the drive is formatted in. This is from Windows. It's formatted in BitLocker mode here. So we got the BitLocker, and I think the best way to tackle that is to, what's this for? This for? Jeez. Yeah, this is an M210. This is generic, but it supports this drive. So you plug this in, and you can get to the drive. You know, if you want to get, because a lot of Dells, and I think HPs have them too now. This size chip inside that you can take off and put in this to retrieve your data if your machine has stopped working. It's something to think about as well. And I put this away. I might get rid of this. This is tiny. To me, this is like half the size as that. This could be really this, what's inside here. But it says a portable solid state drive. So does this say SSD. But this is nothing not compared to that. This is 500. It's only half the price. Well, not half. Well, yeah, it's half. Well, it's quarter the price here. This is how this works. So you have the full length, short. There's like 3 different sizes, but they fit into here. Let me see something. Okay. This does get hot. Oh, yeah. Oh. But oh, wait a minute. Maybe. That's underneath. So the chip is like this, and this is the drive. You would put this in like so. There's only one way. You push it down slow, tightly, well, not too tight, until you hit click. Then you would cover like this, and that's it. And then you would take this type C, that's connected, or you can go like this, type 3, or you can go back to type C. Okay, what's happening here? Is this finished? The bar is only to the end. Now I have to tell this computer to start from this, I call it Extreme SSD. Well, that's what it is. Let's start from Extreme SSD. It might change it to not load the other one. Now, some company says you should delete the other drive. Wipe it clean. I'm not deleting the other drive right now. I can rename it old or number 2. There's no light or nothing. You don't even know if the drive is working. You don't know about the mistake. Well, I'm running this now. So we'll let you know what's happening with this. Okay? But let's run down some things that are related to what I'm doing here. Or could you boot from this? Well, yeah, I guess you could. But it depends if the system supports it. Well, it might, because maybe that's what's inside there. Interesting. I'm sure this will tell me it's done. The cloning went perfectly until when I went to boot up. But you got to remember something, because cloning, it should take the drive, but it didn't take the drive. All right. Okay, let's pause here. 95. Oof. If I had to get another one, I'll get a 2 terabyte. And then clone that. I can do that inside here. And clone it to another drive. Clone it to the 2 gig. Then take that one and install the next OS on it. That's what I think the best way to do that. Remember, the drive that's inside here is slower. It's not fast. Right now, it's transferring 68,000 files. And it has 19 minutes left. 60.1 megabytes. Transferring 70,000 files. I don't have many files on here, though. I really haven't done anything. What is the biggest files on here is the GarageBand. That's for free. That's not installed by default. I thought, like on the iPad, it's installed by default. I still think it's not what I'm used to. I'm used to something you can hit the beats, try the different sounds. I don't want to really use anything complicated. 92,000 files. 40 megabytes left. 15 minutes ago. Wow, that's a lot of files. It is getting hot. I guess I gotta take off the plastic off of this. Might get fused. Yeah, let's get off. I don't disturb it now. Now, the only problem with that is that thing can get hot. I'm gonna have to keep it cool. I have to put that on a USB fan with 6 fans to keep it cool. Mount that in the back. Put Velcro. Put it in the middle and keep it cool. Now it says 127,000 files and only 32,000.6 megabytes left. That's a lot of files to move that quickly like that. Imagine if that hard drive was fast, it would have been done already. So should you go out and get one of these? Hey, it's up to you if you want to spend. If you need it, do you need a Mac? Most all studio gear out of the box, you don't really need driver unless it's required. But hey, this thing recognizes the OS recognizes it. I mean, it recognizes the Wi-Fi, recognizes everything. I really haven't had much problem. Picture quality is like out of this world. I mean, the default wallpaper, I don't really care for it. Oh wow, 666. This thing is going so fast. Wow. 33 megabytes. Down to 11 minutes remaining. It still says it got this much to go. Anyway, yeah. Okay, stop at 135,000. 136,000. 32 megabytes left. 10 minutes remaining. So I'll pick up again. So if everything works well, this thing should just boot up. I just put my password in there, boom, I'm up and running. Everything should work. All the links, all the software should be installed. I shouldn't have to reinstall anything. It's almost like cloning it, but I guess it's transfer. This is what we used to do in IT. Back up the users, send the users' data to a server or their profile and restore from their desktop and all their applications and printer settings and all that shared printer settings back to the user. And you learn a lot when you do that. Or Active Directory. You see clone users drives. Anyway, now it's still transferring. Now it's transferring 141,000. 10 minutes left at 28 megabytes. Well, I'm going to pause it here and be back. Well, an update. 9 minutes ago, 151,000. 152,000. It's 100 thousands. It says 51 megs left. 9 minutes left. Alright, I guess we'll check back later. I just want to see how high it goes up to. What if it go up to 200,000? Like I said, if you think you need one of these and you never had one, of course you could buy it new and you wouldn't have to go through all this hassle. Hopefully the new drive is faster. I don't know. I don't go to the Apple store that much myself. Where should you get these? Well, yeah, I don't know, but I can't recommend anybody go to eBay. That's up to you. I mean, you should go to the Apple store and get it, but it's going to be expensive there. I don't know. Should I keep this? Get rid of it. I should test this out and see. I see if I could use it. It'll be more modern than anything I have. Well, besides the SSDs. That's 500 gig. Reads and writes. Oh, this is just about done. 7 minutes ago. I should be able to disconnect all this and turn on the keyboard and everything. Let's recognize everything. Well, let's see what happens. But yeah, that's it. This experiment will be completed. Okay, so where we are now, it says 6 minutes left, and we're at 157,000 files. Saves me a trip to the store. So it transferred 163,519 files. It says remaining 5 minutes. Stop though. I hope this works. Temperature. Transferring a system settings. Okay. Well, this should be a fun thing to use. I mean, everything's been Windows. That's about it. If you'd like to get into studio gear, we can talk about that. I'm gonna rearrange this stuff anyway. Get your power conditioner. You're gonna need that though. This thing is hooked up into that as well. Oh. Complete migration. 163,000. Setups assistant will remain. The setup system will resume and restart your computer and restart automatically in 20 seconds. I can restart now. I wonder what happened to the other drive now. We're gonna wipe it out. Cause this thing, after it imaged put the OS in there, now it's gonna reboot. So, oop. This music was pretty brief. What happens now? Does it ask me which drive to boot from? Or it just does it? What will happen to the other drive? Well, it's moving fast, though. Look at that. Holy cow. Can it boot up in less than 3 seconds? Because Windows boots up fast. Oh, mine does. Oh, it blinks. Boy, it's moving fast. Look at that. Huh. Well, the only option is to open up the screen, take off the screen. And some of the older models, like all you have to do is suction cup the screen off, remove some screws to get to the hard drive. Ooh. Wow, what happened here? Transferring your information. Migration completed. Migration to your new Mac is completed. Ooh. Ah, that's different. Huh. See, the other one said guest when I did it the other way. Okay, let's pause this. I'll put the password. Okay, so we're loading now. I wonder if I can put my picture up there. I'll figure that out. Oh boy, here goes the passwords. Okay, gone through the security and everything. Well, I had to make some changes on the account, but I got through. It's working. I don't know what happened to the other drive though. I'm curious. I wonder how it set it up. Everything. This is the browser. What's this? Oh, I want to stop using these drives now. I should be able to go back into my other stuff now, and everything should work. And my Bluetooth should work. Or do I have to re-engage? Oh, connected to the keyboard. Keyboard's connected. Let's see. And let's see the mouse. Yep, the mouse is connected. Now we can disconnect these. Everything is done. It's hooked up. ScanDisk is installed. Well, I mean, these came with the unit. I mean, they're all right, but I don't. It's kind of flimsy. It took all day really to do all this. Let me see what's going on with utility. How's all this set up now? Okay, so it's using the Extreme SSD for storage. It says out of the it's using 49.17 gig out of the 1 terabyte. So that was storage. And the startup disk is this one. So it's using the Extreme right there, the yellow one. You see it up there, and I can see it. And the other one. Yeah, it's not using the other one anymore. So that's what's running now. Wow. Oh, the sound. Man, why is the sound so low? It's funny. I trained on this for Apple. That was AppleCare for a while. Oh my goodness. Would I want to do it again? Heck no. Yeah, because it's hard because I'm on Windows and Android and some Linux. Well, yeah, Linux because I program a lot in Linux. So now we can use this utility here. Now loaded. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Boom. What? Oh. Oh. What? Open up security. Yeah. So if you get this drive, you can download this. This is good for 5 years. Let me I gotta pause this. All right, so I'm allowing Cronus and .com Cronus to access so I can get this. All right, so hang on a second. I gotta. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we have backup, cloning. It's saying it was successful. Well, it's taking the last information that was in there. You can start all over again. This is not a bad program though. Okay, boop, that's gone. Let me make sure this is closed out. So right click, well, if you know about it, yeah. What a difference. Well, this did load up quick. There was like a delay before it loaded up. Oh, there was an update. It updated to Safari. Oh, they updated this there's a calculator now? Hey, do I have a calculator in this one too? I don't see it though. Only put in the Mac OS? Did it put in the iOS? I wish I could get my Chrome programs to work in this. Terrible. Okay, what do we got here? All right. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Out here. So I got it hooked up. It's a wired mouse and a wired keyboard, but it's an Apple. Well, it's Mexicali, so it's designed for it. There's up 2 slots though. I'm having trouble getting through the terms. I can't agree. It won't let me agree. So if I go back.